All right, welcome back inside our Proactive Newsroom. Joining us now from our OTC studios in New York City is Carlos Niumatallo. He is the CEO of D'Amico International Shipping. And Carlos, it's good to see you. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Yeah, excited to have you along, learn a bit more about what the company's been up to. It's a large company operating all around the world. In fact, tell me a bit of the background on the company.
Yes, we are a specialized product tanker operator and owner. We control a fleet today of 33 vessels, of which 25 owned, 3 bareboat chartered in, and 5 time chartered in. Soon to become 34 vessels because a vessel we recently acquired is going to be delivered to us in July this year.
Yeah. What type of vessels do you operate?
It's product tankers, so we transport predominantly refined petroleum products, but we do transport occasionally also vegetable oils and easy chemicals. The vessels, they operate worldwide. We have offices in the key maritime hubs to stay close to our clients and to cover the different time zones. So we have an office in Singapore, we have an office in London, and we have an office in New York. Our key operating company, which controls all our vessels, is based in Ireland. And we have been listed on the Milan Stock Exchange since 2007.
Okay. Obviously, there's been a lot of growth within the company and just in shipping in general. Are you seeing that as well? Obviously, there was some challenges during COVID with everybody else, but it seems that the amount of things that need to be shipped around the world, especially what you're doing, seems to be only increasing.
Yes, that's true, Steve. And most shipping sectors have done very well after COVID. The product tanker sector is probably one of the shipping sectors that recovered last, but now it's actually doing extremely well, starting in 2022, and we had a record year actually last year in terms of profitability. We are benefiting from some trade disruptions, which are linked to the war in Ukraine. But also more recently to the attacks by Houthis in the Suez Canal, which means that vessels are, in most cases, taking the longer route around the Cape of Good Hope instead of transiting through Suez. So the voyages are much longer, between 30 and 65% longer, depending on your departure port and your arrival port.
Yeah. You mentioned that you're going to be adding more to your fleet. Is that a strategy for the company, is increasing the fleet?
We are not currently looking to increase our fleet, but we want to keep controlling a modern and efficient fleet. And therefore, we recently ordered 4 LR1s, which are going to be replacing some older vessels that we are going to be selling in the coming years. But we are quite content with the fleet size we have today. But we're also happy to have ordered these vessels, which are going to be joining our fleet starting in 2027. They're going to be delivered to us between July and December. And they are going to be the most efficient vessels in our fleet.
Yeah, that's obviously a great place to find savings for the company is in how much you put out on the fleet and can still do the job. What's the strategy for the company moving forward? What sort of things are you looking at for the rest of this year and into next year to really see the company take that next step as well?
Yeah, we are looking to benefit from these extraordinary strong markets that we are currently experiencing. We are also taking some coverage. It's part of our strategy usually to take some contract coverage, which provides some visibility on future earnings. And we do adapt that depending on the market outlook. Recently, we have been more exposed to the spot market than in the past. But after benefiting from two, now we are in the third year of very strong markets. We are happy now to take some coverage, even longer coverage. And we recently signed 2-3-year contracts for one Handysize vessel and for an MR vessel at very profitable levels. We will not be increasing our coverage that much, but we still are happy that we have a bit more coverage going forward. And we think that the market is going to continue strong for some years still. And we want to keep controlling a fleet which is as efficient as possible. So we will continue investing to make our current vessels more efficient. And we will continue monitoring the market for opportunities for investments when they arise, which we believe makes sense for us, especially on a new efficient tonnage. In that respect, in addition to the 4 new buildings that we ordered, what we did also this year is we sold the oldest vessel in our fleet, which was a 2010 built vessel, and we replaced that vessel with a younger vessel built in 2017, which I referred to previously, that is going to be delivered to us in July.
Absolutely. It sounds like an exciting time for you and the company. I know you're in New York City doing the rounds, talking to people. You're at the OTCR studios there. How important is the U.S. market to your company and the future of it?
The U.S. market is extremely important for us and for shipping companies in general. It's a very deep market where you also have a lot of knowledgeable investors. And we haven't tapped into the U.S. market as much as we should have in the past. But by joining OTCQX, we plan to be more present in this market and increase our visibility in this market. And recently, for example, our controlling shareholder sold some shares in the company, a 5% stake, and 19% was sold to U.S. investors. So I think that's a good result for a company which is listed in Italy. But generally speaking, a lot of the placement was sold with international investors, also with Norwegian and UK investors. Only 7% was sold with Italian investors. So we are very happy with this outcome. And especially in the US, we want to invest more time telling our story and making ourselves known to US investors.
Absolutely. Well, Carlos, it's a great story to tell. Congratulations on the success. And it sounds like it's going to be a very interesting future as well. So appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Carlos Di Mottola, he is the CEO of D'Amico International Shipping from our OTC studios in New York City.